Thanks for joining me on this episode of Simply Saturday, where I get to show you a card that is fast and easy to make. My name is Julie, and this is Stamp with Julie Baum. Today, we're going to be making a card with some beautiful elements, the Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper, these Tencel Gems 4-pack, and of course some colors and ribbon and other products that all coordinate well together. So let's get started. For the card base, I am beginning with a piece of cardstock that is 10.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and we're going to do some scoring. So we're going to make 3 score lines. These score lines are at 4 1/4, 5 1/4, and 6 1/4. All right, at this point, we're going to fold these. The middle one is going to come up in the middle, and the other 2 are going to fold the other way, like this. So we've got this part sticking up in the middle. All right, now that you can see that, I'm going to grab a bone folder and smooth that out. Let's just reinforce all of those folds. I'm using a piece of Lemon Lolly cardstock, which I think is a beautiful addition to our core colors. It is a soft but true lemony yellow. I just love it. All right, so there's our card base. Now we're going to need a piece of DSP to go on the front. This piece measures 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I am going to go ahead and attach that next. If you're following along with me today and you're making a card at the same time, just pause it if you need to, and then press play again when you're ready for the next step. I think I'm moving along at a reasonable pace. You might even be able to follow right along without having to pause. Of course, I understand if you have to grab some paper or your trimmer and do some cutting. All right, there is the Designer Series paper on the front. Now, the next pieces that you're going to need for our card are some more cardstock pieces. Let me see here if I have them all. Oh, here we go. I was looking for them. I didn't have them all. Okay, I've chosen a colored cardstock that coordinates with my Designer Series paper. So in this case, this is Bubble Bath. And these pieces measure 4 by 1 3/4 inches, and you will need 3 of them. Then you'll need 3 contrasting or complementary cardstock pieces. These are going to go on top of here, so they're just slightly smaller. They measure 3 3/4 inches by 1 1/2, so I have 3 of those. Then I have 3 pieces of Designer Series paper. I've chosen 3 coordinating designs. You could have them all match if you prefer, but I wanted a little piece out of each of those. These 3 pieces measure 3 1/2 inches by 1 1/4 inch. All right, let's go ahead and put all of our pieces together. So one of these is going to go onto my lemon lolly. So that serves as a mat around the paper. And then that piece is going to get attached to my Bubble Bath piece. All right, and we are going to do that all 3 times. So there's the first. This pretty little yellow stripe is next. Now, as we get to putting this card together, there's a good chance that it will seem familiar to you. A good while back, I did a card tutorial here on my channel for a card that I called Flirty Flaps. And that is essentially the card design that we're using today. And so I will put a link to that video in case you want to see that one. That one I would not consider for Simply Saturday because of the degree of decoration that I did on that card. There's lots of die cuts and lots of extra steps, and so it would not be really appropriate to call it fast and easy. But the version we're making today is faster with a little bit less decoration, and so it does qualify as a fast and easy card. All right, now I've got a couple things going here as you see me gluing my pieces. One of the pieces fell, so I've got a gluey spot right there, sticky. I'm going to clean that up in just a moment. And then because I touched that and then touched my paper, I also have a smudge there. We're going to take care of those. Okay, there are my 3 strips all mounted with their little mats behind them. Okay, I'm just going to grab one of these. I talk about these a lot, one of these alcohol prep pads. There's a link for these. I do get them on Amazon, and I've provided a shopping link for you in the description below this video. They come in handy for all sorts of purposes. Right now, I just removed all that sticky glue residue from my little stamping mat surface that I'm working on. So that takes care of that. Then I also am going to use an adhesive remover on here where I got it a little sticky. And that's taken care of. All right, this also is an Amazon shopping link that's provided for you below. Okay, to attach our little flaps to the card base, we're going to open the card base. We're going to fold this flap that is sticking up. We're going to fold it over to the left. And this is where we're going to attach our first little flap. Now you can determine the order in which you want these to appear. So I'm going to go stars at the top, stripe in the middle, and the circles at the bottom. All right, but we are going to start with our flap folded, pushed towards the front of the card or the left side, and then this is where I'm going to attach this little flap. You could definitely use your liquid glue. I'm going to go ahead and use some tear and tape. And I'm just going to put 2 little strips here on the end of this cardstock piece. All right, just enough to hold it to the card base. All right, I'm positioning this right up against this fold, this crease, and I'm eyeballing it between the top and the bottom of the card so it's pretty much in the middle. And there we go. Now that one is in place. Okay, now I'm going to take the whole thing, including that center flap, and flip it to this side. And this is where we're going to attach this one and this one. Do you see that? So I'm going to put my tear and tape here and here. And then as I did before, I'm just going to use 2 strips on each one. And that will hold it really nice and secure to the card base. Ooh, that was crazy. Okay, let's do the stars first. Okay, this one is going to go above this pink piece. it's going to line up with this crease and the top of the card. Like so. All right, and because the size of these bubble bath pieces, there's just enough room for them to pass each other and not get hung up on each other. All right, now let's put our third one in place. The one piece of cardstock that I didn't mention so far is this white piece. That's going to be the inside panel. And that piece measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. So we'll come back to this one in just a moment. Okay, in review, here is the center fold in the card. I pressed it to the left and attached the middle strip of paper and cardstock. And now I'm pressing that center fold or flap to the right, and I've attached the top one and the bottom one. This one is going right up against this fold and at the bottom edge of the card, like so. Okay, now my 3 little flirty flaps have been attached, and as you can see, when you open the card, they just kind of float up in the air and they show off the cuteness of the design of the paper. Okay, this is where this is going. We might want to stamp on that. Let's not attach that quite yet. Let's work on the front. I'm going to do, again, trying to keep it super simple. I have a lemon lolly circle that I punched out of the 2 3/8 circle punch. Now this punch comes as a bundle. It's available as a bundle with the Circle Sayings stamp set. So I'm using stamps from here with the coordinating bundled punch. So I've already cut out that yellow circle. And now I'm going to cut out a circle from my designer series paper. I like this ombre look with the colors. It's kind of the Berry Burst and maybe Pretty Peacock or Lost Lagoon. I'm going to punch my circle out of here. And then we're actually going to stamp on this, which is kind of fun. We don't often stamp on our designer series paper. So I'm using Pretty Peacock and a happy birthday stamp. I'm going to do it kind of on this top where it's a little bit more Berry Burst. Like so. And to keep it fast and easy, we're going to put our circle here, the next one here, and we're going to embellish. I'm wondering if we should pop this one up. Hey, that is something that you can do, and you let me know. If you would pop this up with dimensionals, we're just going to glue. All right, now I feel like at this point, I'm trying to make sure my words look like they're straight. At this point, we're just going to embellish and at the same time kind of fill in these spaces that are a little bit empty. So I'm going to take my Lemon Lime Twist ribbon. This is a brand new spool. You can see that I have made a note on this because this came as a combo pack of two colors of ribbon, and when that happens there's no information on the actual spool itself. So I also have another video that talks about this. I can link that here as well. So I'm going to pull off maybe about 9 inches of this and make a little bow. I left it attached to the spool while I'm making my bow, and that way I might actually end up using less than the 9 inches. All right, trim that tail and this side. Yeah, I think I probably used about 6 inches of ribbon for that. This is going to go here. Let's do that with a glue dot. pull in a little more natural sunlight there. Okay, there is my ribbon. And then I've been dying to use these Tinsel Gems 4-pack. And there's, I mean, really all of the colors could kind of go. The colors aren't listed on the package, but you can see that they go, definitely would coordinate with the colors that are in this paper. So I am going to use a yellow one. And a pinkish one. And a blue one. There we go. Okay, that's kind of fun. And now let's finish the inside of the card. So I've got my happy birthday on the front. How about, let's see. Let's just use smile. It's your birthday. You should be happy. Let's smile. And we have Lost Lagoon, no, Pretty Peacock ink out, so we will stick with that and put it here. Oh, and you know what else we're going to do? Just because we can, we're going to add the cupcake. After all, it's a birthday card. So let's put the cupcake on here. And to keep it fast and not do any coloring, we're going to use one color of ink pad. So I'm going to grab Bubble Bath and just add a cupcake. There we go. Okay, let's attach that to the inside of the card. And we have completed our Simply Saturday Fast and Easy card for the day. Just a little liquid glue around the edges. Press that into place. And there we have it, our little Flirty Flap card. Super easy, very fast. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. This was really fun to put together with you. I am going to go ahead and put some information in the description box below the video telling you about the products, also a host code. And I do want to mention today is July 6th of 2023, which means that bonus days have begun. Bonus days are time to place a $50 order between July 6th and July 31, and Stampin' Up! Will email you a coupon code good for $5 off of your order in August. So you can earn as many coupons as you wish. There is no limit, and that promotion begins today. I'll put information about the promotion below this video as well. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, happy stamping!